Simon won the Memorial and Eagle won in Vegas. But you probably already knew that because some jerk online spoiled it for you. Or did you watch the live and post produced coverage from Central Coast and Jomez and Smashbox and all those guys? This is the Disc Golf Discussion. My name is Anthony, and this is where we talk about anything and everything disc golf. So, there has been a good bit of discussion since the Memorial, which obviously Simon won. And if you didn't know, Eagle, I think, was kind of the one that sparked this discussion. I saw him post on Facebook pretty soon after the Memorial talking about whether or not it's okay to post spoilers, quote unquote, online right after a tournament is over, or if there should be a mandatory 24-hour period or something like that. I forget exactly what he said about waiting to post online. And I think he said something about like Discmania right after he won. They posted a congratulations, Simon, or maybe it was the PDGA, or I think it was the PDGA. They posted congratulations, Simon, or congratulations, Paige Pierce, on her win. I mean, it was pretty much not instantly after, but within a couple of hours right after it was over. And so people that were waiting for the post-produced coverage saw that, and it was kind of quote-unquote ruined who was going to win. And they were upset about that. Whatever. They were waiting to see who won, and then blah, it's over. They didn't get to watch it. They didn't get any of that sort of excitement that you get when you're actually watching the action. And, it's coming down to that final putt. Is this person going to make it? Is that person going to make it? And I understand because the Memorial, it was super close. Eagle and Simon were battling the whole round. Nate Sexton got kind of close there for a few holes and then made a couple mistakes and sort of fell back from the lead. But it was a really good battle up until I think it was like 16 or 17 where Eagle made a mistake and Simon ran away with it and then just didn't give it up. And Eagle had a chance on the last hole. He could have laid it up for a really easy birdie and forced Simon to par. Or what he chose to do was go for an ace run, missed, went OB, and then there was just no way he would have needed Simon to take like a 6, and that's just not going to happen. It was at Vista. The final hole there is kind of it's like a big hyzer. The basket's right next to some OB water, so if you run it like Eagle did and miss like he did, you're going to go OB like Eagle did, unfortunately. And there's just no way Simon, I mean, he was already halfway up the fairway. There's no way he's going to go OB twice from there. He could have had me chip it up from there, and we still wouldn't have taken a 6. But it was a really good tournament. It was super close, lots and lots of action, and I can understand why people were waiting to watch the coverage. I've done that before. I usually do it with Beaver State Fling every year. I don't know why I choose to do it with that one, but that's just the one that I started with. It was the year that Paul and Will were battling. I was just like, you know what? I'm not watching any live coverage. I'm not watching any live scores. I'm staying off Facebook for the next 24 hours. I'm staying off Instagram. I'm staying off everything. I don't want to know who won. I don't want to find out who won. I want to watch this coverage unfold live. Well, not live, but I want to watch it unfold in, super HD, super well edited, the post-production. I think it was Central Coast that did the lead card that year. But I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm staying off everything. I want to see how this unfolds, and I'm going to see I want the full excitement. And I've done it where I usually watch the live, and it's just as exciting, but it's super cool when you get to wait and see everything with you get the Jomez, the follow flight tracker, or the Central Coast. They have the slow motions right before the scorecards. The super cool. It's awesome when you get to do that. And when you don't know who wins and you don't know what's going to happen, it does make it a lot more exciting. It does make it more entertaining. It's a lot more fun, but you have to make the sacrifice of staying off social media, staying off the internet, staying away from anywhere that you might find out the scores. And I think that to bring it back to the topic, I think that's kind of the solution. I know that was what Eagle said. That was what a lot of people in his comment section said, was like, look, if you don't want to find out who won, don't watch the live coverage. Don't check UDisc. Don't check the PDGA. Don't go on Facebook. Don't go where you're going to see these spoilers. Or I've seen some people who will they'll still stay on Instagram, but as they're scrolling, if they see a post from PDGA, they'll quick scroll past it and not look at it so that they don't see anything. They don't accidentally spoil it for themselves or have someone else post something that's going to spoil it. And I think that's the answer, because you can't ask Smashbox to just stop live streaming. You can't ask, like, well, I mean, Eagle and Simon won, so we'll say Discmania. You can't ask them, hey, we know your player won and you're super happy for them and stuff, but like, I don't want to know who won, so could you just not post anything for the next day until Central Coast has the chance to put the coverage out, and then I get to watch it, and then you can go ahead and post, congratulations Simon, congratulations Eagle, whatever. That's not a reasonable thing. That's not going to happen. And so if you don't want to know who won, if you don't want it to be spoiled, the onus is kind of on you. It's kind of, it's your call. If you don't want to find out the spoilers, don't go where the spoilers are, because you can't ask people to not celebrate their favorite player winning. You can't ask companies to not promote their player for winning a huge tournament or a big event or something like that. That's just not something that's going to happen. And unfortunately, it's a very simple solution, but it's kind of an unpleasant 24 hours, I'll say, as someone who's done it. It is kind of a hard, because you don't realize how much time you spend on things like Instagram and Facebook and whatever until you go a day or 2 days or a week without it. Maybe you're someone that doesn't go on these websites normally, but for me, I'm on them a lot, mostly because it's my job, but also it's just kind of one of those ways to pass time. And so when you force yourself not to, it is kind of a struggle. Or if you are just going to do the quick scroll past everything, even if you start scrolling a little bit and catch yourself, you can see, oh shoot, that was a dynamic discs hat. I bet you Paige Pierce already won. Dang it, now it's ruined, whatever. Which is why I think it's easier to just not go on those type of websites. But it's on you pretty much. And I reached out to Ian from Central Coast, just for some quick little numbers, because I wanted to see the difference between live viewers or people that wait for the post-produced coverage, and then people who wait, they're not just sitting there hitting F5, 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 trying to refresh their page, waiting for that post-produced coverage to come out and then watch it right away. And so I was taking numbers from just watching live during the Memorial. It seemed to be usually between anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 live viewers on average. But for Central Coast, I reached out to Ian, and he said for Wintertime Open, because that one has been out long enough to get the right after numbers, and then a week later, which is what I asked him. After 24 hours, he said the views, kind of on average, they did, I think it was 6 videos. The average for those videos after 24 hours was right around 25,000 views, which is really, really good. That's a ton of views. That's super awesome for them. But the really interesting part for me was that a week after, the average, it was kind of spread. The final round did a little bit better just because it's the final round. The first round did a little bit better because it's the first round. But the average for all 6 videos after 1 week, 50,000 views. So exactly half of the views come in the first 24 hours. That might sound like a lot, but I was honestly expecting it to be higher. I was honestly expecting somewhere around 2/3. I was expecting somewhere around 66%. But I was wrong. So that was super interesting to find out that there's obviously a ton of people waiting for that coverage to come out and watch it right away. But then there's still, whether it's people going back and rewatching it, or if they only had a chance to watch 6 holes and they just went to go back and finish it, or whatever. But for it to be half of the views only in 24 hours, and then the next 6 days is another 50%, that was really, really surprising. And the part that it's just not a number we could figure out. I wanted to know how many of those, like what percent of those 25,000 views in the first 24 hours, and then the next 6 days, what's the percentage breakdown of those 2,000 to 4,000 live viewers? Just to kind of get an idea of how many of the people are of the mindset that we shouldn't post spoilers, you shouldn't post congratulations Paige, congratulations Simon, whatever, right after a tournament is over. Because everyone that I've talked to, not everyone, the vast majority of people in Eagle's comment thread on his Facebook post, the overwhelming majority of people seem to be of the mindset that no, post spoilers, post it right away. There's live coverage. Everything is already out there anyways. So there's no sense in stopping it just so that the vast minority of people aren't upset when they could just not come on here, not go into your Facebook groups, not go into the Instagram feeds, whatever. But the fact that those were the numbers, it really did surprise me. And so I have a feeling, I know just with the research and stuff that I've done and talking to people, I have a feeling that most of you are going to be of the same mindset as me, where if you don't want spoilers, then don't go where the spoilers are. If you don't want it to be spoiled, don't go on Facebook. Don't, that type of stuff. Don't go on Instagram. Don't go on Reddit. Wherever there might be spoilers, don't go there. I saw somebody make an equation that, the Super Bowl, you can't expect ESPN to wait 24 hours after the Super Bowl to then say, oh, wow, did you see it? The Eagles finally did it. They beat the Patriots. They made them look not like the Patriots. Is the dynasty over? Blah, blah, blah. You can't do that. That's just not a thing that's going to happen, because someone else is going to post that quote unquote spoiler. Someone else is going to talk about the Super Bowl. So all that's going to happen is ESPN is shooting himself in the foot by not doing that. So that's kind of where I stand. But this is the disc golf discussion. And so always I want to hear your guys' side of things. I want to talk about this. And the way that we do that is we go to the Disc Golf Answer Man Facebook group on YouTube. If you're not already a member, just quick send in a request and I'll get you in there. And find the post for this week's disc golf discussion, and then go into the comments and let me know. Hopefully somebody out there is of the mindset that we shouldn't post spoilers, because I would love to hear a more in-depth explanation of that viewpoint, because there was a few people in Eagles thread, but it really wasn't much. It was just kind of what you would expect. So I really hope that there's at least somebody out there, or maybe somebody who just wants to play devil's advocate. But even if you agree with me, let me know why you think we shouldn't be able to, or why we should post spoilers, why we shouldn't have to wait. And that's pretty much it, guys. Again, my name is Anthony. I hope you guys are enjoying this show. I'm having a blast doing it and talking with you guys on the Facebook page. That's honestly my favorite part. Standing here talking into a microphone is kind of a weird thing that I'm trying to learn how to do and teach myself how to do it better. But what I really, really like is talking to you guys, hearing other viewpoints, whether you agree or disagree with me. We're just talking disc golf, and that's one of my, aside from playing disc golf, that's probably my favorite thing. All right, guys, until next week, have a good one.